Hey, hi guys, welcome back. All right, so this is going to be a message for our Virgos. And Virgos, this is going to be one where, sorry, I don't have a good spot for my head, but I wanted to take a look at, since we have a galloping horse, let's first take a look at what is our character leaving behind, and then what are they heading toward. That's really what this whole backdrop represented to me is the freedom to let go of certain things and then go in new directions. So let's see what we've got. We have a Knight of Discs, we have an Ace of Wands, and we have the Magician. So, what this Virgo is leaving behind is slow moving energy. Slow moving in regards to, was Virgo waiting for somebody to like really fall head over heels or really get super passionate, or was Virgo themselves waiting for things to get aligned for a while? They had been patient. They saw a great potential in something, but it's like, when is it going to start being manifested? When is the passion and the power for something and the hunger for something really going to get turned up enough that a spark becomes, a real flame? Or before a little teeny drop of water becomes a waterfall, like, when is that going to happen? It looks like the Virgo is leaving behind something that was very, like, agonizingly slow. um they might have felt this could take as many eons and decades as the Mayan calendar had listed. This is like, I'm sorry, I'm not in for a, geological, experience here. I don't want something that takes so long. I want something where if there's a real interest and if there's a real passion, we get it going. I would argue this. To me, this looks like a Virgo who says, I don't want to deal with a situation any longer where someone doesn't know how much they need me in their life. If it's going to take somebody that long to figure out whether or not they need me in their life, then I'm out. I'm done. I don't want something that, I have to grow on someone like a like moss. I don't want to wait until my feelings for someone grow. Maybe this Virgo is simply saying, if there's big passion and big power, why can't it go in the reverse? Why can't it be like, wow, this I really want and I want to develop this, instead of saying, well, I might want to slowly think about developing something and then eventually see if it becomes something I'm passionate about and then really want. It's like rearranging the order of things. I think that Virgo doesn't want people, places, or situations that are not truly interested in them and passionate about them. This Virgo could also be leaving behind a Virgo Gemini. This could also be them leaving behind an old way of being. Two of Pentacles. No, they don't want long distance. They don't want wishy-washy. They don't want something that they have to. This is like a plasma burst coming from the sun. Trying to predict those, trying to figure out what's going to happen when those plasma bursts hit. It's like somebody was hot and cold with Virgo, and it's like, okay, is this going to be super disruptive? Is it going to, cause some geoelectrical storm? Maybe somebody in Virgo's world would actually randomly like send them energy, and it would kind of, the Virgo would get like a vibe that it's like, okay, I feel them out there. I know they're out there, but I don't really know what to think about that. I don't know what to do with that. So I think I'm kind of done dealing with here and there. They randomly, flip through my mind because I know that they're sending me impulses, kind of like plasma bursts from the sun. I don't want that. I can understand that. I can see why the wishy-washy coupled with really slow energy would probably make anybody feel like, geez, I guess you just can't decide whether or not like I'm a worthy human being in your life. Then I think that says it all. Bye-bye. Like, there's a lot of other people out there that won't be confused about my worth, my value, my meaning, and aren't confused, more importantly, about what they actually want. I think Virgo was dealing with someone who was unclear on what they wanted, I don't know why. Let's get one card about that. Just one. I don't want this to be about whomever that person is, because remember, this portion is about what Virgo's leaving behind. Okay, as for one card, we got 3. Why was somebody wishy-washy? The person Virgo is leaving in the past, the situation they're leaving in the past. Why was there wishy-washy energy? The devil. This person doesn't even know if they want to wear pants or not. They're riding on their goat out here, and they're kind of. This just feels very much like it's somebody who's partying. It's somebody who's kind of acting a fool. I don't know why, but this looks more like somebody who really knows how to tie one on. Like, this is a person who wants to be the life of the party. They want to, get drunk and act silly just so they create great stories that everybody talks about. This is, remember that time I was in Speedos and I rode on the goat with a little, I tied my tie around my thigh and, grabbed a hold of some tambourine and started, beating out a tune. It just kind of feels like somebody whose pursuit was in, I'm not going to say necessarily always had to be toxic things, but it's like they poured their energy into things that didn't benefit real growth. We also have a Knight of Swords, somebody very impulsive. But interestingly enough, there's Temperance. So they were wishy-washy in a lot of ways, because they're very toxic, very impulsive, but then always saying, but I just want balance. It's really hard to get balance when you're like, doing things that are impulsively unexpected. And it just feels like somebody who's, squirrel. And they just go off in different directions. So no wonder the Virgos probably like had it up to here with that. So they're letting it go. That's what the Virgos leaving behind. So where are they headed, right? Because that's the other big question. You know what? I want to stay with this deck for a little bit. Hey guys, good to see you. Pam Jam, Jojo, Dan, Martina. Hi Zebra Libra. Good to see you all. Crystal, thank you so much. Thank you for hitting the like button. You guys are awesome. Crystal, I appreciate that comment so much. Hi, Angie. So where is Virgo headed? Princess of Discs in the reverse. I'll tell you where they're not headed. They're not going to be wasting any time on itty-bitty offers. If anything, if Virgo is headed someplace, they're headed to do something that they didn't invest in. They're headed to something that they'll be in control of. And it's something that they have not yet done. It's maybe an idea that they have that they never put their energy into, or maybe this is even them saying, you know what? I want to do the thing I've never experienced before. I want to connect to the person I've never connected to before. I want to meet the kind of lover I've never dated before. Maybe this Virgo is like, I want to meet somebody who is from a different culture. I want to see about, someone who has a whole different like world that they can introduce me to. I just think that this Virgo is headed into something that they have never invested in before. They might, now here's the thing, to have an idea of what you want to do means you've thought about it, you just have never done it before. 3 of Wands in the reverse, and they're doing it now. The Virgo is very much living in the present, but they're doing something unexpected. What is it that this Virgo is doing? And this is like, this is where's a Virgo headed, all excited with their hair blowing in the wind. 3 of Discs. This Virgo is ready for something that will be possibly life-altering. They may be joining some kind of group or a hobby interest, group. This could be anything. This could be a Virgo who says, I want to make a list of the things I've never done but have been mildly interested in. Maybe I want to go with a hiking club. Maybe I want to think about joining a book club. Maybe, and I only say clubs because we see all the little ants, but we see all of these ammonites, and those are old, marine fossils. And then you notice that the ants have been digging and excavating in the sand, and what they're doing is they're excavating a hole all the way through the earth to where we can look out and see the cosmos. This could be that our Virgo is going to be studying something. They could be joining a group. Maybe they're going on an archaeological dig, but I would argue it's more like they're interested in past history. They might be going to lectures. They might be interested in something where they want to spend time with different people. Heck, this could be someone who wants to get into like hypnosis and memory regression, though, too. There's something here. Maybe they're interested in past life. Maybe this Virgo is starting to focus on, because I'm done with a relationship where somebody just couldn't execute the plan, maybe I wonder more and more about, why was I drawn to a certain person? Maybe I'm more intrigued, less about them now, but more about, why do I gravitate towards certain things in life? Maybe I want to start investigating my heritage. This could be somebody interested in their ancestry. They want to find out more about, like, is there some connection that I have to some very ancient past? Is there something that helps me to understand why I've chosen the things in my present life? Is there any connection to past life or past ancestral? I don't think scars and wounding. I think this is a little bit more of like an interesting metaphysical. I just did a singles read that had a really cool energy to it that's a little bit like this. I don't know. I feel like this Virgo is more intrigued right now in figuring out why they are who they are, why they do what they do. Five of Wands, this is definitely somebody chewing on information, analyzing it, collecting data, and they're collecting it from, you notice we have the world, and we have like energy coming external from the world in these like flames. I feel like this is a great example of like the Virgo's mind. It could be a metaphor for the way the Virgo's mind is like kind of on fire right now. Like there's a bunch of stuff that they're really interested in. It could be collective consciousness, or it could be their own past life connection. But you notice how we have like the cross here, but we've got a candle lit at all four cardinal directions. I really think that this is something about a Virgo who is trying to trace something, northeast, west, south, trace their ancestry, figure out something about their family lineage, something about themselves, analyzing information and data. I mean, yeah, they could just be doing a family tree, but to what purpose? Justice. It's to understand something better. It's to understand the karmic balance of the universe. Maybe it's to understand a Libra or their affection that they had for a Libra. There's something here. There's information that this character, they're like a little private investigator, but they're investigating. I'm going to say that I think that this Virgo might be interested in trying to rationalize why they have been drawn to certain relationships that they have, and maybe one particular relationship. Is there a karmic reason that they connected to someone? And I think instead of trying to evaluate the person that they dealt with, or the kinds of people that they've dealt with, or the kinds of relationships that they've had, they're looking for their connection in all of it, which I would argue is probably a pretty great example of somebody taking full responsibility. They're like, okay, if I find myself perpetually waiting for people to choose me, waiting on connections or getting into connections where, I'm ready to go, but other people hold back, yet they're drawn to me. Okay, what am I doing and why am I doing it? Let me understand where I come from, maybe understand what is my reason for doing certain things. And they may be settling on, is there a karmic cycle that I need to break? Is this not like Virgo is wondering, am I being punished or cursed, but rather, is there a balance of the universe? Do I find people that need me to be a sure thing so that they can feel supported, but at some point I'm sacrificing my own sense of stability and worth because I keep finding people that I prop up, almost like do I create a scaffolding so other people can feel more successful? And is that because I'm paying off some past life karmic debt where I want to make sure that other people have support? Is there a reason that I do this? Like, that's the way I would look at this. I'm not saying I'm right. I'm just saying in this storyline, this fictional story, that's the best way I could describe this. Let me get one or two more. The sun. Oh, this Virgo's looking for a breakthrough. I also wanted to mention, you notice how we have like all the birds and the beasts here. We have the avian group. We got the birds in the sky, and we've got all of the fish and whales in the ocean. We have all the life on land, and we have this Virgo they're very much looking for their place in the world and kind of the balance of nature and who are they. I'm not saying that they're looking at themselves as like, who's a predator and who is prey, but they are looking at the balance of the universe and how we all play a different part in an ecosystem, equally as important, equally as valuable. But I really think this is a Virgo exploring like concepts of reincarnation, past life relationships, paying of karmic debt. And I think that they're linking that to why they've been who they are in this lifetime, why they've chosen the connections that they've chosen. And it's a big breakthrough. Whether it's correct or incorrect is kind of irrelevant. The bottom line is it's something that's given our Virgo a real strong sense of joy and happiness. And it might even give them a sense of like rebirth, a sense of, we see the adorable little baby twins here holding hands going, you know what? Yeah, this makes perfect sense. Maybe sometimes I picked partnerships that needed me to tell them, consistently tell them, you're important to me, you're important to me, you're important, you're important. And they couldn't tell me that in return. But maybe it was because I was playing a role. I was part of that particular ecosystem, giving someone the nourishment that they needed. They weren't supposed to give me anything back. I was supposed to nourish them. Every creature on earth has like a purpose, and we do too, maybe. Only the Virgo's looking at it like an energetic or emotional purpose instead of like, bees go out and, pick up pollen and then take it back to the hive and they make delicious honeycomb and they, pollinate all of our food supply, Without the bees, we wouldn't be here. They have a huge impact and they give to us. And it's almost like the Virgo is saying, so I was a honeybee for a particular type of person. Okay, I can accept that. Now that I've accepted that, that makes me actually really happy. I didn't get used. I didn't waste my time. I performed my honeybee duty. Maybe I didn't get a whole lot back for it, but it was my job to give to them. I can accept that. And now that I know that about myself better, I'm proud of me, but I also am excited because that means all I got to do is find a honeybee just like me. And then I can find my real mate. I can find the person I match with. I can't try to match. A honeybee can't mate with a flower, they interact with it, but that's not who they need to be with. They got to be with other bees if they want something in return, if they want to work in a cooperation, like part of the correct hive. And I think that's the way this Virgo is looking at it. It's a real nice perspective, actually. Eskar, thank you so much. Thank you. That is such a beautiful donation. You are so generous. Thank you very much. Anyway, I'm going to leave that one there because I feel like that was very interesting food for thought. I haven't come across a storyline like that, and that was just absolutely delightful. I don't know. I like this character. I like the perspective. Doesn't matter if it's Virgos having it or not. I still dug it. All right, you guys, thanks for being here. I will see you in the next ones. And just FYI, I will be doing a Christmas party like I do every year. Watch for more information about that. It's going to happen on the 1st of December, but I'm also going to give you guys information because I'm doing giveaways and stuff. And so I'll put some of that out tomorrow as well and give people good reminders so that everybody gets a chance to participate, even if they can't be present. All right, you guys, take care. Bye. Lots of love.